There's a reason audiences are obsessed with plot twists. We live for that moment of shock when the story flips upside down, when you realize the rules you were playing by don't apply anymore. It's a rush, an adrenaline hit for your brain. But here's the ugly truth. Most plot twists are terrible. They're cheap, random, or lazy. You've seen it. A character suddenly reveals they were the villain all along with zero buildup. Or a random explosion changes the story just for the sake of drama. It's the kind of thing that leaves you rolling your eyes instead of dropping your jaw. So why do some twists land like lightning while others fizzle into nothing? The answer is simple, but not obvious. A twist doesn't just surprise you. A twist makes you re-watch the story in your head and see it in a brand new light. That's the secret ingredient, recontextualization. The science of surprise. Let's break it down. A twist has to deliver two things at the same time. Shock. The audience didn't see it coming. Recognition. The audience realizes the clues were always there. If it only shocks, it feels random. If it only offers recognition, it feels predictable. But when you hit both at once, that's when the magic happens. Think about it like a magician's trick. The reveal is impressive not because it was impossible, but because when the magician shows you how it worked, you smack yourself for not noticing the misdirection. That's storytelling at its most powerful. The audience feels fooled and enlightened at the same time. Example, The Sixth Sense. The most famous modern example is The Sixth Sense. By now, almost everyone knows the twist. Bruce Willis's character was dead the entire time. Why does this work so well? Because the movie tells you that from the beginning. It just never lets you realize it. When the reveal hits, your brain immediately rewinds the movie like a tape. No one else ever speaks to him, his wife ignores him, he never interacts with the world like a living person would. All the clues were there, staring you in the face. The shock comes from how effectively you were misdirected. The recognition comes from realizing you actually had the answer the whole time. That double punch is what makes the twist unforgettable. An interview with a master. To dig deeper, let's bring in a voice from the real world. In a 2000 interview, M. Night Shyamalan explained his philosophy of storytelling. That's all I'm doing, is saying you thought you were in the second act, but then you realize you're in a different story than you thought sometimes, and that's fun by its nature. This philosophy is the gold standard for plot twists. It's not about lying to the audience, it's about playing fair while still managing to surprise them. And that fairness is what separates a twist that stays with you forever from one you forget before the credits roll. A bad twist versus a great twist. Let's contrast that with a less successful example, Now You See Me. The movie ends with a last-minute twist revealing Dylan Rhodes, the FBI agent, was secretly the mastermind behind the magician heists. Did anyone predict it? No. But did it make the story richer? Not really. It felt more like a gimmick than a revelation because the film didn't build the foundation for that twist. Compare that to something like Fight Club. When the reveal comes that Tyler Durden and the narrator are the same person, it doesn't just shock you. It makes the entire story look different. Every interaction, every scene, every fight is suddenly loaded with new meaning. That's the difference. One twist is a hat trick, the other is a perspective shift. The formula behind the curtain. So how do great writers pull this off? Here's the formula stripped down. Plant the truth early. The foundation of the twist must exist in Act 1. Hide it in plain sight. The truth should be visible, but disguised as something else. Misdirect the audience. Give them a louder, shinier problem to focus on. Pay it off with impact. The twist should not only shock, it should redefine the story itself. A good twist doesn't just change the ending, it rewrites the beginning. Why writers fail. Most bad twists fail because writers think the twist is the reward. But the twist is not the reward. The reward is the recontextualization, the way the twist makes everything you've already seen more meaningful. If your story doesn't transform after the reveal, then your twist was just a gimmick. Another case study, Breaking Bad. Even shows like Breaking Bad use many twists that work not because they're shocking, but because they reveal hidden truths that were always in the fabric of the story. Think about Ozymandias, where Walt finally admits to Skyler, "I did it for me."
For the family.
I did it for me. I liked it. I was good at it. And I was really alive.
It's not a traditional plot twist, but it hits the same way, recontextualizing 5 seasons of justification, pride, and ego. That one line reframes everything we thought about his character. Sometimes the greatest twists don't change what happened, they change how we see what happened. The twist you didn't see coming. So what's the secret ingredient? It's not shock, it's not randomness, it's clarity disguised as chaos. The best twists feel impossible until they happen, and then they feel inevitable. That's why the stories with the best twists, The Sixth Sense, Fight Club, Psycho, Oldboy, stay with us forever. They don't just tell you a story, they force you to replay the entire story in your mind, and suddenly you're watching a different movie than you thought you were in. And that, really, is the ultimate trick.